Slope and interpreting graphs. Okay, here's a question where we're going to have to find 3 points that would land on the line formed by that information in the top there. According to the top one, running at maximum speed, a carousel completes 8 revolutions every 5 minutes. So we got to recognize that the x-axis there is the time in minutes, and the y-axis is the revolutions. So that 0.58 that those green arrows are pointing at, that's part of the graph. Now with that line, this will be a lot easier question to figure out, but you're not able to scribe on your iPads or your computers, so you have to draw that yourself. And it would help a lot to find those 3 points that the question is asking for. The origin is very logical. With the picture, it makes sense, but if no time has passed, of course, no revolutions have begun. So then we plot the next point that's given, 0, 3, and that misses the line by quite a bit. Pretty obvious that it's not part of it. So with the graph again, that would be easy to determine it doesn't work. Same thing with 0.65. Carefully graph that first, or also, and it misses clearly. 1, 4 is a little bit closer. Again, with the picture though, if you had it drawn to scale or really well, it would be easy to tell. 1, 4 misses. 113 misses by a long ways, so that is a super steep slope from the origin and misses our line by a great deal. And then 2.54 lands smack dab in the middle of the line, so that is the answer we're looking for. That's our second point. And of course 5.8, which is just from the information in the question. 5 minutes past, 8 revolutions, that would be one of the points on that line. And we found all 3 of them if we had the diligence to draw the really good picture. The question is, are you willing to draw the picture and draw it really well? If not, then you just have to use the formula for slope, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. The change in y over the change in x, or rise over run, as we say. So let me show you what I mean. These 2 points would be very logical. 0, 0 again, no revolutions with no time passed, and then 5, 8. So those are 2 of our answers already. Now we would do the math to figure out what exactly is the slope, doing the change in y on top, the change in x on the bottom. And we're going to find that the slope of our line is 8/5. So now we'll have to do the math for all of those other points until we find one more that gives us a slope of 8/5. Because the origin is one of the points, that's going to be the easiest number to put into the formula. So always use the origin every single time, and we'll find one that's got a slope of 8/5 and we'll be done. When we put 0, 3 in, it looks like that. We get an undefined slope. That is not 8/5, so that's wrong. When we put 0.6 comma 5 in, we get 5 over 0.6, and with a little bit of work and math, we figure out that's definitely not 8/5 either, so that is not the one we're looking for. When we put 1, 4 in, we get 4 over 1, doing the very simple math, and we get a slope of 4. Again, not equivalent to 8/5. So another little math problem here. We put 113 in, get a steep slope of 13 over 1. Of course, again, not the one we're looking for. And finally, we put 2.54 in. We don't want a decimal in our fraction, so we would double both of those, get 8 over 5, and that is equivalent to 8/5. That is the one we're looking for, and we've arrived at the right answer using 2 different strategies. Either draw it and draw it well, or just do the math using the slope formula. I appreciate you watching. I hope it helps.